Hello, Jesse Good here, and today I'm taking a look at the LEGO Mixels Series 8 Medix. This is Tuth, this is Skrubz, and this is Surgeo. I want to take a look at each set individually, which all retail for $5, and then their Max using the instructions from online. So let's take a look at Tuth first. So I want to start with my favorite, Tuth, and I think that's a lot of people's favorites because this guy is just freaking wacky, but you look at him and you're like, okay, that's a wacky looking tooth, which I like. He actually has a lot of cool features to him. For example, he has this toothbrush on a mini ball joint, which is one of his arms. So you can kind of make him brush his teeth like that, which is kind of fun. I like how they used a 1x2 plate right there in translucent lime green. And then he also has this little pick on this end so that you could kind of, I guess, pick at his teeth or whatever, and then reattach that just like that. But that's on a mini ball joint as well if you want to sort of try to connect it to his teeth like that. His eyes also are one of those ball ones where it's one of those pieces that has the reverse stud inside. So you just connect those to the side of his head. And then this part right here can actually open. So he's a tooth, but he has teeth on him, which I think is really nice. And getting those teeth pieces for the first time is really fun for me because you get 6 of them in this set, which is just a really cool piece. It's a 1x1 tile with half a circle on one end and then just square edges and everything at the other end. Inside, you can see it opens, and he actually has 2 jumper plates in there. And I like how they kind of used a studs not on top technique for this top part. It works really well. And then at the top, he kind of has the parts of the teeth that connect to the gums. That part, honestly, I don't like that much. I wish they would have made it more craggly, maybe use not make it reverse and used some cheese slips and stuff. I think it would have looked a little bit better that way, but it's not that big of a deal. Also, he has 3 legs so that you can make him stand up perfectly. And those are on little hinges. And that's really it for Tuth. Definitely my favorite of this whole Medix tribe. So here is Surgeo the Surgeon. He's not the best, but he's not the worst. I quite like him. His whole head, or his top of his head, is on a mini ball joint. So you can make some cool poses with him where you can kind of make him pose that way or that way and chomp him up and down. You can see he has this sloped piece to kind of represent a tongue. And I like how they have this part on top, which makes him look more like a surgeon. It's a pretty clever use, and that's actually can be moved up and down as you'd like. Seems like he has horns with these banana pieces in gray. That's neat. And having these eyes on minifigure heads is always a pleasure to get in this Mixels line. He also has this kind of pick, I guess, or what it would represent here is more of a needle. And I like how they use a translucent clear version of that kind of round cylinder top right there. That's cool to get, always in translucent colors. Also, there's this little drawer which you could open. There's nothing that they put inside there. And his legs are also on mini ball joints, which are kind of stubby, but you could still position him in different ways as you'd like. Other than that, this arm right here is kind of weak in my opinion. I wish it was a little bit longer or something, but it has a little mallet on there. But that's it for Surgeo the Surgeon. Last up is Skrubz. He comes with the Nixel line, which I love this Nixel right here. I think he looks adorable. I love the little printed towel right there, which is actually exclusive, this version, or this print right here. Very standard Nixel build, though. Either way, this guy, Skrubz, he's, in my opinion, probably the weakest of the line in terms of this tribe, actually, just the weakest of the 3. He has wheels, which is kind of cool, but I don't know. He's just kind of too much of a mix of different medical equipment. He just ends up looking kind of odd, and you don't know quite what he is. Yeah, I know his arms right here are a defibrillator, and those are actually kind of cool how those rotate because they were both on 2 sets of hinge pieces. So you got one that attaches right here and then one that attaches right here. So you can get a lot of different angles out of that. And then there's, of course, wheels attached to the bottom. You got 2 sets of wheels. And he has teeth and everything right there. I like how they use the 2 different types of teeth. It makes it, 2 different types of teeth because it makes it have kind of a varied look to it. And I like how they have this translucent panel right here, but I don't know, it's just kind of a weird mix. I know Mixels are weird mixes, but it's just too far apart that if you don't have him near the other Mixels of this tribe, you're not going to really know what he is. Now his light right here, which is his head part, is actually on 2 hinges as well, so you could kind of push it in different positions. And I do actually like how he has 4 of these little plates pieces, as I call them. They're basically 2x2 circular jumper pieces. Those are cool to get, but just overall, I just don't like the look of this one that much. And then he has a printed eye in the middle of that. So that's it for Skrubz. Now let's move on to the Max of this line. So here's the Medix MAX, and how you build these Max builds for Mixels is that you look at the instructions online that they provide on the Mixels site once you get all 3 of the members of a single tribe, and you use the pieces from there and rebuild them into whichever Max build they have. Now this guy right here has elements from all the other tribe members, including this needle right here, the toothbrush from Tuth, and inside he has the lights from Skrubz. So that's kind of cool that he's kind of like this fusion monster out of all of them. But I do like how they reused elements in different ways. For example, the front of Tuth is used here as kind of like a back for him, so he looks like he's kind of hunchback, or the horns from Surgeo are used here as kind of a mustache. So I like all that. That's actually really cool. There's also lots of hinge pieces. So you can see that there's this ball joint right here where you can move and open and close his mouth. Inside, he kind of has a tongue that you could move on a hinge. And the top of his head right here, you could actually move like this, and inside there's nothing in there, but I wish I would have kind of put something in there. I don't know, that's just me. Other than that, he has the wheels on the bottom, which is something that Skrubz used, and Surgeo's little stubby legs on mini ball joints. So that's it for the Medix MAX, and let's go on to the packaging and then the final verdict. Here's all the foil bags. And you also got 3 instruction booklets, of course, which on the end they kind of show an advertisement for the rest of the wave right there, which is pretty neat. And that's it for these. So overall, you might have to keep in mind that I'm not a huge Mixels fan, so my ratings may not be what you would think if you are a huge Mixels fan, but I'll just tell you flat out what I think. This guy, awesome, funny, wacky, cool. You look at him and you're like, okay, that's a crazy Tuth Lego. This guy, he's going to take a little bit of time. You're going to be like, okay, I can see that's kind of like a surgeon. Like a surgeon. Sorry, that was convenient. And then this guy, you're going to be like, what? Unless you have them all together. I think if you have them all together, he may be easier, but you can see it's just kind of a mix. Since he's a mix of all this stuff, I know Mixels are mixes of stuff. The defibrillator, I believe that's how you pronounce it, and the light and everything. It's just, I don't know, he's maybe a little bit too wacky in a way that you can't really tell what he is, and I don't like that. He doesn't look too fun to me as well. I just like his wheels, though. I think the wheels is actually kind of a cool part, and how his neck kind of like is on a hinge and everything. That's a little bit fun to play with. But then they added the Nixel in there, so I guess they kind of felt like he was the weakest, so they put the Nixel in there, and that has an exclusive print, so that's pretty nice. So I'll end up rating this guy an A, this guy a B+, and this guy probably a C+. But all of them don't have like a standout in terms of like which one has the best pieces, because I would say Tuth has the best pieces because he has these new pieces, but like none of them have exclusive pieces is more what I mean. The Max, I actually really like. I love the crazy doctor. That is cool. I really do like that. So that's it for the Medix tribe. Tell me what you guys think, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.